All right, hello and welcome to Swing It and Ding It, an iHeartMedia podcast. I mean, this is a birdie fest.
It's a Philly show, baby.
Let's go.
Hey, welcome on in to Swing It and Ding It, episode 283. I'm Harry Mays. We got no Moose or Matthews for this segment, as Moose is in the middle of his men's league battle over at the Legacy Club right now, and Danielle is on assignment. But we are joined by yet another Hall of Famer. This is back-to-back weeks with Hall of Famers on the show. Last week, Tim Brown, and this week we welcome in Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher John Smoltz to the show, who also happens to be a great baseball broadcaster and a very accomplished golfer, among other things, I'm sure. But John's playing in this fabulous event, the American Century Championship out at Lake Tahoe this week. John, welcome to the show. Welcome to Swing It and Ding It. How are you?
I'm doing great. How can you not be doing great out here in the beautiful weather where everybody else is hot? This is heaven right here.
Yeah, absolutely. What a terrific event this is every year. I think, what is this, the 37th annual event? I mean, this is something that I know I look forward to each and every summer, because it's just a star-studded event and with some really good golf. And we're going to get into that. But how's your game shaping up this week? What are you working on most leading into this event?
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of tournament golf. We've had a new tour, the Pro Tour. So I've had a lot of tournament golf, and that experience is helping me navigate what tournament golf is all about. And that is putting the ball in the hole, right? It's easier to do when you just have your games at home with your buddies, but it comes down to putting. Putting for me, I'm a decent putter. I'm not a great putter. I lip out a lot of putts. I probably don't read it great. And when I come out here, I'm going to hit 15 to 16 greens, but I have to cash them in. And I haven't done that enough to be in the winner's circle. So I'm really trying to take my time and understand that putting on these greens takes the courage to roll it by 3 feet. I normally don't do that. And it does. That's the only way you're going to make putts. You've got to be able to be a little bit bold and trust your reads and trust your speed.
What are your nerves like in an event like this? I mean, all the things that you've done in the game of baseball, and you've played in many of these big events. What are your nerves going to be like on the first tee on Friday?
Yeah, the first tee shot is always one of those, can you trust that you're going to release the golf club, right? And the driving range, you could put on a show, but then there's that 10 to 15 minutes of gap time that you have to go back to that first tee and trust a swing, trust a mindset. And honestly, for me, I always am too conservative in the first rounds. That's why I get off to a slow start. I'm right around par, which is not bad if it was stroke play, but this format is about birdies. So that first tee shot tells me a lot on where I'm going to be for the day. But really, the biggest thing about this tournament is the patience that you have to play a long round of golf. So each tee shot is your first tee shot. When you're in the rhythm of golf, I'm one of the better golfers. I feel like I'm at my best when I'm in rhythm and I don't have to wait. When you wait, you're now trusting a swing that you better have. And when you lose that swing, your mind and your computer start searching for what just happened. Yeah. And I think that's happened more too often than it should for me. And so nerves, I'm not as nervous. It's more anticipation of that first shot, and then get to the second tee. It's a first shot again, so on and so forth until you finish the round. I need to do a better job finishing my rounds. And that means 16, 17, and 18, which is where the money is. And that has not been a great 3 holes for me, and I need that to change.
Yeah, that scoring system, they use the Stableford system for this event. That changes things for sure. But John, talk about this field. I mean, we got Tony Romo in here, Jerry Rice, Steph Curry, who's won this event. You've come in second and a few times, and third, I believe, one time. Annika Sorenstam is in this event. This is a star-studded field.
It is. It's top heavy, right? Most of the golfers that have a chance to win are going to be in your scratch to plus category, and they're going to be in the shootout, meaning they're going to make a lot of birdies. When Steph won, he had a hole-in-one and 2 eagles. That's tough to top.
Oh, man.
But he still needed an eagle on the last hole to win, which tells you the quality of the golf at the top 10% is pretty high. a majority of the field are going to have a hard time on this golf course, but it's not what this tournament's all about. It's about entertaining. It's about celebrities. It's about personality. So I'm here for one goal. Besides having fun, I want to win. I finished second 4 times, something like that. I'm 59 years old. My biological clock is ticking, and I need to win sooner than later.
Well, this event also has raised over $8 million for charity, and that's another facet of this fantastic event. You can see the action this weekend on Peacock and NBC this Friday through Sunday. Now, I got to turn to baseball here a little bit because we got an all-star game coming up next week in Philadelphia, and it's the first time it's been in Philadelphia since 1996 at the old Vet, and I believe you started that game for the National League, who went on to romp the American League. What do you remember from that night?
I remember having the honor. I was having a great first half, 14-4, and I got named the starting pitcher, and it's a great honor. And, going 2 or 3 innings was more of the expectation then, and lucky enough to get the win. My only win in the All-Star game. The All-Star games are about timing. I had 8 of them. I gave up 2 total runs, and I have 2 total losses. So
Wow.
my timing on the runs given up were not great. But I remember that place was electric, and just being able to pitch and represent the National League was a lot of fun. And, I'll never forget it because I got a chance to get the win. And I was the youngest guy ever to get the loss in 1989. So at least in 1996, I atoned for it a little bit.
What do you remember most about playing the Phillies in Philadelphia all those years and the crowds in Philadelphia?
Yeah, the crowds were, especially when you're having a team that's competing, they were electric. They're probably just a notch below the old Yankee Stadium crowd. I'd argue you could go back and forth, Philly or New York or Philly, who was the most and who had the biggest home field advantage. But they didn't. They weren't gonna treat you nicely, and they were gonna do everything they can to get you off your game. I know playing in that 1993 playoff series when we had a great team and they beat us, they upset us. They may not have thought that was an upset, but it was an upset for us. And having spent some time in the first 2 games in the bullpen and then starting game 4, it was not. You had to be undercover because they were throwing things, spitting on us. They meant business, and ultimately they went on to play the World Series against the Blue Jays. But that's a sports crazy town, and one that rewards effort and execution, and one that'll let you know when you don't.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, we know that was an upset in '93. That was quite a team that they were able to beat in your Atlanta Braves. How can we fix Aaron Nola?
That's a great question. Aaron Nola is one of the throwback pitchers that can pitch in any generation. When you understand that the information and the analytics can be too much sometimes for people. Mm-hmm. And where he was and where he is now is in 2 different places. He could get by with a fastball up in the zone. Today he can't. And locating the ball and spinning the breaking ball like he could do, it's just a different game now. And the ABS system is probably kind of messed with his head a little bit, I would have to think. I think a pitcher like him, if given enough time, can right the ship. But where he's at right now, he has to be able to command that fastball enough to be able to make that breaking ball a weapon again. He doesn't have to throw 96, but what happens over time is if you're not locked in with that fastball away or that fastball on the inside part of the plate, pitching up used to be where you get your strikeouts and then spin the breaking ball. And now with the ABS system, it puts pitchers kind of on alert. If you're not commanding the baseball, you're going to be in trouble. And I think hitters have recognized it. Walk rate's gone up, swing rate's gone down. And I think all of those things contribute to a guy who evolutionary pitcher now is trying to figure out his new tools in his toolbox. And right now it's been a little bit of a tough go, especially late in the game, 4th, 5th, 6th inning. It starts that's kind of where it's been running into some trouble. But I'm a big believer in a guy who knows how to pitch like him, that he'll figure it out.
All right. Now, you and I have a mutual friend who I believe was instrumental in getting you and some of those other pitchers for the Braves on some pretty good golf courses in our area here in Philadelphia. But I know, at least the rumor was the Phillies were trying to lure you here through free agency, and they were throwing in some access, memberships to some swanky golf clubs in Philadelphia area. Is that true? And how close did the Phillies get to actually getting you here one of those 2 times in free agency?
Yeah, it is true. It was one of the greatest offers I've ever received. Not so much like blowing me away money-wise, but blowing me away perk-wise. I was coming off in 1996. I had my dream year, 24 wins, and certainly they were in the mix along with the Atlanta Braves and the New York Yankees. But when they started mentioning Pine Valley and or Marion, my head started going, if we don't get close with the Braves, I know where I'm going. And it would have been to Philadelphia. But the Braves came close and matched that offer. And certainly, I wanted to play my whole career in Atlanta. I almost did. But what a great – I mean, that was such a great strategy that it made me think a lot about, whoa.
Wow.
Now, that would have been the push over the top. That would have got me here to Philadelphia.
So it almost worked.
Yep.
But yeah. Now, did you guys carry your sticks with you on every road trip? You and your seven, Glavin and Maddox and those guys.
We sure did. It was kind of a prerequisite. Everybody who's a starting pitcher, the four of us were always going to play, but we taught the fifth starter how to play golf because that was a prerequisite. You were going to play golf in between starts, and we had a time of our lives, so we brought our sticks everywhere we went. And I was the golf concierge, set it up, got the rent-a-cars, made the arrangements, got a hold of all the members, and then you reach that one member that you're talking about, and he connects you with everybody else, and next thing you know, you're golden.
That is awesome. That's great about working every fifth day. I mean, I know
That's
you got
exactly
a side
right.
day and everything, but still you get a lot of time to play golf. What is your favorite Philadelphia area golf course?
Wow. I'm partial. I really am. I mean, there's so many: Saucon Valley, Pine Valley, Marion, Aronimink. I mean, there's some hidden gems too. When you talk about I don't know what it is about. I guess I love great condition golf courses, right? I'm spoiled.
Yep.
Marion to me is one of those great gems that you could hold a major and there's nothing they're going to do about it. Like they're not going to tear it up like everyone thought. It's not, not long enough. There's so many good ones that when I got to Philly, that was a joy. I mean, that part of the country, Philly, Pennsylvania, Jersey, you're talking about some of the greatest golf courses that a country has. And fortunately, the weather will be better than in some of those other places I mentioned. So Philly was a must stop. And I think Pine Valley and Marion might have played 40 times each, maybe over the course of my career. And when I was closing, then I played even more. So I love that part of the country.
That's great. Now, what do you love most about the game of golf?
What I love most about it is there's no teammates that are going to come in, bail you out, or let you down. I've been part of a team sport. I love being a part of the team sport. But golf to me is about the individual mentality that you got to have, because we could find excuses in every aspect of every sport. But in golf, you gotta deal with it. You got to deal with Mother Nature. You got to deal with wind, bad breaks, kicks. I just like that every day could be that day, right? No one's mastered it. The mindset of professional golf is when you start seeing scores that you never see before, and all of a sudden guys start doing it, right? Because it's like golf is crazy like that. And I wish golf would go to a shot clock. I really do. I wish golf would be a little bit quicker. I think it's way too slow. I think if you told me that I had to play 5-hour rounds every time I play golf, then I'm going to choose a different hobby. It's also the reason it hurts me in tournament play, to be honest.
Yep.
If I have 5 hours, I'm playing 36 to 45 holes, guaranteed. And so I think what I love about it is that it's that walk down the fairway and it's just you and your thoughts. What I wish was better is that walk didn't take so long and that you weren't waiting 15 minutes every hole to hit a shot. So if golf, people ask me all the time, and if I stood on the mound and had to wait 5 minutes for every pitch with the bases loaded, I'd be a horrible pitcher. But because as a pitcher, I get to set the tone, I get to set the tempo. That's what I loved about being a pitcher. As a golfer, you're not setting the tone or the tempo. You're reactive to what's going on.
Yeah, it definitely affects me. So I'm glad to know it affects a player of your caliber too. Because I say 3 hours and 15 to 3.5 is all it really should take, and you probably get around quicker than that. It sounds like.
Oh, I absolutely. We at our club, we each get a cart. We'll play a 5-some in 2 hours and 40 minutes, and we'll go through we've gone through the same group twice before, if that tells you anything about the speed of play that we have. And the caddies know where I'm at Hawks Ridge. They know, here he comes.
Okay.
Let him go, and it's a good thing.
Stay out of his way. Well, John, we really appreciate a couple of minutes here. Best of luck this week at the American Century. There's a total of $750,000 up for grabs, man, and you've come so close many times. Let it go on that first tee, and don't worry about putting it three feet past the hole, man. Just like the pros,
Exactly.
That's what they do. Yeah.
That's
Best of
exactly
luck.
right. Thank you very much.
All right, we will be back with more Swing It and Dig It right after this.
All right, welcome back to Swing It, Ding It. Harry Mays, one-on-one exclusive with the great John Smoltz. Great get, first of all. Thank our buddy Matt Schultz for hooking us up with the PR team at the American Century Championship. That's how we got Tim Brown last week. And what they said is this thing is so coveted, and they put in 10 new guys every year.
Yeah.
You heard Tim Brown said it. He was asking in January where his invite is. These guys want to play in this, but Smoltz is like a top of the board kind of guy, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's finished second a couple of times and a third. and I tell you, after our conversation, he's coming there to win it. Like, all he cares about is winning this thing. So they take it very seriously, and you're right, Moose. It's a very coveted invite. Like, if you get invited to this thing as a celeb or a former athlete, man, you practice. Like, this is a major for these guys. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have to be live there one of these years coming up. That's
great.
making some good inroads,
awesome.
making some connections. You know,
the old boss used to always go out there before he became our boss.
Really?
And he raved about. Oh, you should ask him about some stories.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the bar with Barkley.
Yeah, the great John Smoltz, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
It's funny because when we were texting last week, like that popped up, his name popped up about LeBron, with LeBron loving golf and how much these guys. It's funny. I was around an Eagles executive this week, and we were kidding about it. And he's like, "Yeah, the problem is you can only play golf 5 months of the year here, if that. You know, LeBron might like Miami a little more, but I think he's going to Cleveland anyway. So
you think?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think. But yeah, very cool. I can't wait to listen back to the John Smoltz interview, because he's one of those guys that just, it's so cool to see a guy like that was the top of the food chain in his position, and then just transitions and has that, doesn't just, he plays for fun, but he wants to win these things, man. And he's
just that
competitive.
athlete. Yeah.
Went into the Champions Tour. A guy like Marty Fish is always in it in tennis, that plays really well. Jake Pavelski from the NHL, who won it last year.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, what's Smoltz split plus,
he's a plus 2.1, I believe, at Hawks Ridge, I believe he's a member.
Let's go to the game. That guy has changed the culture, our friend Yip Strickler. I love it. Well, the John Deere was so interesting. You got Ben Kohles, who ripped the what is the old saying? Rip victory from the jaws of defeat, or he birdied 16. He just needs to go 1 under in the final 2. He pars 17, and then
which is a birdie hole.
Yeah. And maybe that's in his head, but his approach shot on 18 just goes in a drink. He gets a drop and has a long putt at it, misses it, doubles. Next thing you know, you're T3 in 10 minutes. Yeah. You're winning,
costing him more than $800,000.
Yeah, and a 2-year exemption, and all that goes with the wins and stuff. It was devastating. Oh, of course, I wanted to see a playoff because I wanted to see more golf.
Sure.
But I had Gotterup in the one and done, so I was fine.
Wow.
I was fine with that. But man,
I felt climbing the rankings.
I felt so bad for him, man. It's like he's won before on the Corn Ferry Tour. I mean, it's not
Several
like the guy.
times.
Yeah, I mean, he's won with heavy competition, but this is different, man. You could just see it. Like he was just so nerved up, and oh man, I felt horrible because, I'd rather see him hit it onto the green and maybe it runs into the bunker or something, and he makes bogey that way or whatever it is. But to put it in the water with a shot like that, it's just.
I think he said he was kind of in between clubs, and he went to try to drive a lower one in there.
Him and his caddy were talking it through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 5-time Corn Ferry Tour winner.
5 times. Wow.
Yeah, and the nicest kid there, a kid, he's a grown man, but nicest guy there is. And most people would be, I don't want a microphone in my face, get out of here. He was just I'm proud of the way I played. I played awesome all week. Yeah, obviously sucks to have that happen on the last hole. He goes, but I learned a lot about myself. Me and my caddy were just doing a great job. He's like, but we got to do a better job going forward. He's like, playing 10 in a row and he has ISCO this week. So he's like, let's just have the momentum. So probably somebody to throw some cash on this week. When you're hot, you're hot.
But credit to Chris Gotterup. Started the day 5 back. Talk about having a day. Starting out 5 back, 5 birdies on the front. Gets his 3rd win of the year, 4th win of the calendar year. Remember, he won this tournament we're going into this week, the Genesis Scottish Open, in a showdown against Rory with his brother on the bag. Really cool story. And he is so fun to watch when his game is on. But I mean, you're probably thinking out, you're starting 5 back. You're like, all right, I'm just trying to have a day. And next thing you know, boom, birdie. You're like, okay,
let's do this.
Let's just try to get a W here. But
starting to feel it.
Credit to him. I love watching him play. I really am enjoying watching Gotterup. He seems like one of those guys that just is laid back and doesn't really care. But then when you get him in these interviews, he's crying, he's an emotional guy. Yeah. He's really cool to watch.
Yeah. He's like you said, when you watch him, you're like, he's just so chilled and laid back. He's not cocky or anything. So he's easy to root for. You're like, you want to watch him play.
Yeah. And strokes gained around the green was not his best statistic coming into that event. And yet this guy made some of the most incredible up and downs, pitches and chips. The ones he had on 11, 14, and 15 were absolutely incredible, given the circumstance of trying to run down a win.
Ice in the veins.
The 14-footer for birdie on 17, after he missed it in 2, his drive came up against the collar with the rough there, and it kind of influenced the toe of the club, and it put it out to the right, and there's a big runoff area. So he's down below that, way below the green. He chips it up, and it runs past the green because it had to. There's no way you could put it. You had no green to work with, as they say. He had a 14-footer coming back up the hill and freaking drained it. And then he steps up to 18 and hits one of the coolest drives you'll ever see under pressure at that point in a golf tournament. The 72nd hole, he just hits this low bullet cut around that corner.
Crazy.
I mean, bonafide closer.
You talk about, you're right. He is fun to watch.
Yeah.
Hey, what has he got? 5 wins now? 3 this year and 5 total in the last, 2-3 years?
4 in the calendar year. That's the crazy part.
Most wins on the PGA Tour since middle of May 2024. Scotty has 10, Rory 5, and Gotterup 5.
Wow.
Insane. Yeah. And Moose was saying, so he's heading to the Open.
Yeah.
And
well, he's the defending champ this week.
Defending at the Scottish.
Yeah. And he's won on all different kinds of golf courses, too. Right. That's the other thing. It's like there's some guys that only can play certain types of golf course. He looks like one of these guys that can play any place.
Yeah, because what was it at the Open, posted solo 3rd last year, right?
Yeah. He looks really creative, too. His hands are incredibly soft. Yeah. He has these really cool shots around the greens.
He can putt, man.
Yeah. Definitely fun to watch. Came out of kind of nowhere before last year, but he's a Jersey guy. So we've heard a lot about him, but it's cool to see, and great story with his brother.
He should be on the President's Cup this team.
No doubt.
Year, and the Ryder Cups in the future, no doubt.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Would love to see it.
Yeah, turned into a tournament. And Homa, another guy that's kind of been faltering a little bit.
Yeah.
He comes in with a 2nd place finish, played really well. Love to see him get his mojo back.
Yeah, me too. Ricky Fowler played well.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Spieth still scuffling around. I thought this might be a week where he could sort of get it back because he's won there and he likes that golf course. He still shows flashes of the old Jordan Spieth, and then all of a sudden puts up a double bogey. It's like he
just
sort of
throws up. Yeah.
He's under a trash can on Thursday. That's crazy.
Speaking of Max Homa, did you guys see he qualified for the Open, obviously with that second place finish, which got him into the Open, but he said he decided to skip it and he's gonna play the ISCO championship.
And
he wants
a win.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. He said. He said to
Dude,
the
wind carries a lot.
Yeah, he wants those FedEx Cup points. He
Right,
needs,
right.
But he
Tensions,
said, as you get older, he's like it paid off because he saw a kid holding a sign up for him on the fourth hole on Wednesday, and he said as you get older, you realize the impact of coming to an event can have on both you and the city and your fans too. But as Harry said,
love that tournament.
AKA, I want to win here.
Yeah, he wants to win.
I want those FedEx Cup points. I need to secure my job. Yeah.
There was a cool story with Gotterup, how he wrote a letter to the,
I
think her name was Claire, the tournament director for and got in.
At the John Deere.
The John Deere. And that tournament means a lot to him. And you see what it means to Spieth. Do you think, I had a weird thought. I'm watching it on Sunday, and they go to Ricky, and he's in the head to toe orange. And I'm thinking, I don't know. I think we might have to retire that.
What?
I feel like he should, if he let that go, I think he could start over and be a new Ricky Fowler. I think he's tied to this. I don't know. You're in bright orange on a Sunday. It's what you did 10, 15
just
years
modernize
ago.
the brand a little bit, have a sneak of orange.
I don't know.
But
I think he needs a rebrand, a redo, and I think it would set him up for some success.
I like that idea, Moose. I like that idea. I do. Have him just wear something different. It is his trademark, and couldn't be a nicer guy in the entire world.
I love Ricky.
Literally the best ever. But
it looks like a flashback when you see him.
But you know what? I will give him credit though, because I believe, I don't have the stats off the top of my head, but that man has made so much cash. Whoever told him, hey, this orange thing, just stick with it and run with it.
It's still Puma, right? He's still with, I mean, that's a long partnership.
And I think he's still with Cobra Clubs. Too,
the longevity.
I even think Puma could kind of rebrand and get a little resurgence, that they'd started something new with him. I don't know.
Hey, Ricky and your team, give me a marketing call. We'll help you out.
I'll be with my boy Brian from Under Armour this weekend. They could use a little move on from Spieth. He's too boring. He won't wear anything exciting. He's very, very boring.
Yeah. Well.
So,
yeah.
Well, it sounded like tea. I'm sorry, Danielle. This sounded very tea-ish.
No, you're good.
I hate to step in your tea, if you will, but
take it. Let's have
give
a
us
tea party.
Give us some real tea.
Well, Brooks Koepka, a little withdrawal drama. Did you guys see that roaming around on social on Sunday? He called his agent in a bit of a panic because he got a bunch of texts like, hey, BK, you withdrew. What's going on? He said, I went on the app the first time in a long time since I downloaded, didn't see my name. He's like, I panicked, called my agent, like, what's going on? Somehow there was just some miscommunication or something, and somebody just accidentally, I guess, toggled him withdrawal. And he's like, I'm here, I'm sitting here, and my name's not on the app, and everyone's saying that I withdrew. So he didn't actually withdraw. He's on location. He's out.
Jeez, that had to be scary.
He said his agent was in Vegas, and so he's like, it was like 7 a.m. He's like, oh, no, he's definitely not going to be awake here with the time difference, blah, blah, blah. So he said for 40 to 60 minutes was a little stressed out, and then figured it out.
Damn.
So he's still in the field.
He's definitely been spending a lot of time in Portugal. Jen has been posting
showing that house off
from the new vacation home in Portugal. I was thinking about Ocean City, but I decided to, go Portugal.
Yeah.
I actually Googled it this morning. I was like, wait a second, Portugal. I'm like, how long is that flight? I'm like, 11 hours from Miami. I'm like,
you're like, it's good for when we're over here this time of year. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
that's where the wife wants to go. She wants to take a trip to Portugal, and she wants me to go with her.
I'm actually going with the whole family next year. The Azores.
To Portugal?
To Portugal.
Yeah,
my family, my father-in-law found out like in his late 30s that he was adopted. And did his 23andMe. Come to find out, he is like half Portuguese.
Wow.
Portuguese and Italian. So my wife is like Portuguese and Italian half.
There you go.
And
let's
so
go to
they
the homeland.
They want to go check it out.
Very cool.
Put on the Ronaldo jersey.
11 hours. Maybe you can say at BK's house. Text,
see if he's around.
You've already seen the Cribs tour of it via Jenna, so why not? You know where to stay.
Yep.
I just feel so like bored when I talk about Liv, but it's in the news.
It's so true. It has such a weird feling when you talk about it. It's just
God, I just see it. I'm like, who cares? And John Rahm trying to pretend still, or pardon me. Oh my God, help me out. Why am I losing my mind here? Not Rahm.
Hatton.
No. In the presser today, he was talking about it.
From Liv.
Yeah, he's just
Sergio?
talking about talking about how much he still loves it and thinks it's so great, and the music's actually louder when you know than it is on TV than it is there, and he's so happy when somebody asks him about the PGA Tour. I'm like, okay, but anyway, Liv has informed staff of the potential for job cuts and workforce reduction coming in upcoming months, according to Josh Carpenter on X. So no changes so far, but cutting job positions. This was wild. I don't know if you guys saw this. Golfers are lucky to be alive after driving their golf cart off of the massive cliff and landing in the water. So golfers managed to jump a stone curb and launch themselves off over a cliff. The footage of the 19th hole.
Paynes Valley, right?
Paynes Valley. Yep. Tiger Woods design course, Paynes Valley in Branson, Missouri. I was posted a couple days ago. Speculation, booze might have been a factor, but insane.
It's not alleged. Those guys were hammered.
Did you guys see the clip though? They're they pulled the clubs out. They pulled the clubs out.
They
and threw
dove
them up
back.
on the green.
They went into underneath to go get the stuff out of the golf bags and stuff,
and throw it back up on the green and everything else.
But I've had a couple guys that have gone out there and they said that's kind of hard to do.
Really, I was wondering if it was like if it were easy to do.
I mean, you have to be a real idiot and hammered. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, how dangerous is that? Lucky to be alive. That was crazy. I watched the video a couple of times, and then I actually had to look it up because I was like, "Is this AI? I don't know. Like, did these idiots really fall?" It was real.
Yeah. You ever have any cart incidents? Either of you guys ever have like a cart roll or anything? Weird?
No, not a cart roll. I've had buddies that have had cart rolls.
Yeah,
I've been at events. I know someone that rolled one and got really hurt.
Yeah.
I think one thing I heard that changed the way I do things now. I heard about a guy. They were driving in the car. He was the passenger. You know how you hang your leg out of the side? Mm-hmm. He had his leg hanging out of the side and hit like a root and tore his groin.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I stay tucked now, man.
Yeah, me too. Ever since I tore my ankle up, I keep my ankles inside.
Keep everything in. Yeah.
I had a cart issue today too. We'll get into it a little bit later. But it wasn't anything like an accident or anything.
Okay.
It's just more back to my, control freak nature.
Well, I'll get through this because I want to hear Harry's story. But a good segue, getting hurt. I got hit by my first golf ball. Yeah, this guy couldn't have hit this ball more offline than I think than the hole was long. I'm standing there. We're walking to go down to the driving range or in Orlando. And I heard someone say 4, barely screamed, and I'm kind of looking around. The next thing you know, just boom, hit my pinky of all things. So it didn't hit my back or something or face, thank God. But I was like, and Brandon goes to throw his hands up and the guy's with his kid. I'm like, honey, it's fine. He goes, didn't yell 4. I go, I think I heard a 4. I go, plus he's with his kid. What if the kid hit it? He goes, no, it was him. I was like, oh, okay. Because I was going to give, I didn't want the little kid to feel bad, but no, this guy, he got me.
It sounded like kind of a meek 4 though,
unless it was far away. Yeah.
No, he was probably 200 yards away from me, not even. And he was like, wow. I thought B didn't hear him yelling. And I was kind of looked around. Next thing you know, boom. I was like, so I got christened this weekend.
Hoselled a 4-iron right.
And I'm telling you,
I got hit in the calf with
direction.
one. Yeah. But it was I think it was a
that's gotta hurt.
It hurt, but it wasn't it was like a skip hit, so it wasn't a direct hit. It hurt, but it wasn't I've seen some people get smoked.
We got a guy
at our club. Did you hit anybody here? Or did you get hit?
I didn't hit anybody, but we got a guy at our club that had just joined not too long ago. He knew a lot of people there, and he's playing with a group of guys he knows. He hits a ball into another fairway. There, our fairways are very close to one another, so it's very easy to do. He hits one into the other fairway and yells 4 and hits this guy square in the nuts.
Wow.
I swear to God. I didn't see it, but I've heard about it many times, and he's now called Nutsy. That's his nickname.
Oh,
the
God.
guy who hit the
Imagine
ball.
That's how you get.
Yeah, that's his nickname. Yeah.
That's wild. That's
the Larry David clip has been coming up the past couple of days. It's the greatest. You're not going to hit him? What do you mean? He's too far away.
Yeah. Right into him. Amazing.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, so Hunter Mahan, haven't heard that name in a long time. I don't know about you guys, but he posted a reel of him just walking up, sitting down, a little bit of a text overlay on a reel saying, prepping for my documentary on my return to golf with, those little like eye emojis. From what I know, he's a high school golf coach and has no plans to return to pro golf, but that was posted as of July 1st. I did some digging around, couldn't find any additional information, but
he's been hanging with Johnny Wonder. I've seen some posts of the two of those guys.
Wow.
Hitting balls. Yeah.
Maybe Rocco. Rocco's usually with Johnny too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he's not with Alice Cooper. They do a radio show together now once
Wow.
a week. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Very cool. So. Yeah. Well, that's it for T Hair. So I want to hear your
well,
your
Moose
story.
is not going to be surprised by this. Like I had an experience today. I hate not being able to drive the cart. Moose knows
I don't even
this.
think about getting on that side.
Moose knows this. Now, not so much, not with Moose necessarily, but with people, especially people I've never played with before, I have to drive the cart. And today was a case in point where I just feel helpless. I feel like a hostage playing golf. And this gentleman, very nice guy, I hate slow. Like it was almost like he felt he was conserving gas. Now we have electric
carts. You feel
carts.
yourself like trying to.
Yeah, I'm lurching the thing forward. Like, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, take me to my ball. And he never knew where my ball was. I'm like, no, I'm over there. And then I'm like, over there, up there. Oh, dude, it drives me insane. Okay, it ruins my day. I'm a mental midget on the golf course, and this is a thing that will ruin my freaking day. And it did today. It was part of it. But it was like he pushed the accelerator halfway to the floor. I'm like, I didn't say a word. I'm sitting there biting my freaking
You should have reached
lip.
over and pushed his leg
Dude, I
down.
wanted to step on his foot. I was thinking about just stomping down my spike right on his freaking foot. Like, let's go, Chief. Get me to my ball and let's finish this freaking god-awful round. I was apoplectic. I can't stand it. I have to drive the cart unless I'm with somebody that I've played with many times before. There's certain guys at my club that cannot drive. It's a thing, like where you say, no, you tell the cart kids, get him out of the driver's spot now. Okay, I just do it. They're like, because that guy is an awful cart driver. Like,
there's bad driver. My buddy
there's
Tony.
A couple of them.
Yeah, can't drive.
I'm like having extreme anxiety right now because Harry, did you ride with me in the cart at Scranton? Or did you ride with Moose a couple times?
I drove.
You drove.
Oh,
with me,
you drove. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
No, you would know.
Did I ruin Harry's day?
No.
He would have told you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't drive slow though. I keep. Yeah.
Those bags would have been flipped.
I feel like.
It is
because I am a good cart driver. Because I know if you got a GPS, you want to have the cart at your ball to know how much you're not 10 yards behind it, over here. This guy was taking these huge circles. I'm like, where is he going? I was going out.
And somebody in 1912 posts bad cart driving on their Instagram. They're very good. I don't know who it is.
I don't know who that is.
Hopefully they're listening
Super,
and they know.
Oh, maybe.
They'll post like, why
the
do you
super
park
does
here?
when he sees a cart parked, and this guy was doing
Next
that.
to a bunker.
It's good you brought that up. This guy drove the cart onto the par threes, which is an absolute no-no, right? I got out of the cart just because in case somebody was taking a picture, I didn't want to be a part of that. Okay. Yeah.
So you guys playing again next week?
No, never again.
Wow. Yeah, it is rough. It is. It gives anxiety.
It's almost like having a caddy that sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got stuck with some crazy guy driving in like a mixed tournament at the club. You just get paired with somebody. He even said, he goes, "Why'd they let me drive?" The guy was nuts.
Good freaking question.
I was like white knuckled on the handles the whole time. The guy was crazy.
Yeah. And I didn't drink today either. Because I knew I had to do the interview and I had to do the show. You know, I was a good guy today. I could have used about 17 beers.
Wow.
Poor hair. Yeah. Well, I have one now. Bring the anxiety down. And
I got.
Get back to neutral. Okay, there we go.
I just finished up men's league. Had a pretty good performance.
How'd it go?
Tonight. Yeah, I think won the match and won the overall. I think we won 2 out of 3.
Moose is trending.
My driver is as dialed as it's been in a really long time. Like outrageously dialed. So that's
Good.
fun. My second shot is where I just need help. I'm still struggling with that a little bit. So we'll go back and see Chris. I want that to be a regular thing. Our boy Chris Hansen.
Mhm.
But I got down to Trout National on Monday.
Yes.
Now,
second time repeat customer.
Unfortunately, like golfer weather optimism is a real thing.
Yeah.
It's irrational and unreasonable the way we see like there's a window and there's no window. I mean, I'm driving down on 55. I can't see a thing. People are pulled over, flashers, like get there. Like, all right, we got to wait a little bit. No problem. Hanging out. Place is incredible. Went to the pro shop for a couple minutes. Nothing crazy. And we got out. My boy Nate Greeny and then a couple of my guys. And we got 6 holes in. Well, we teed off on 6, and then the heavens opened and the storms rolled in, and we were in the like halfway house, and it just was like thunder and lightning just kept rolling back in. So unfortunately, but those 5 and a half holes were. I mean, the place is just when it's completely done and the clubhouse is built and everything's now. It's funny because that place is going to be popping this weekend with the MLB All-Star.
Oh yeah,
got all the MLB guys here.
Sure.
Trout's probably there, and it's going to be wild the next couple of days. But I mean, that place is something special for sure.
John Smoltz might be there.
Sure he will be. Yeah,
you're so right with the golf.
I know I didn't get a
weather
text.
delusion though.
I checked my text just to make sure that I didn't miss one. I know I didn't get one.
How about my new backdrop here? We like that. That's the Green Valley member guest flight winner.
Look at that!
Wow, look at that!
Look at that!
Yeah,
Put it on the gram.
Feels good to have one of those suckers up there.
Beautiful.
How did you play in Connecticut at all? Or
in Connecticut, it was awesome.
Yeah,
it was great. And then I came home. It all went crashing down, back down to reality.
Are you in Florida? Home is Florida, or
no? Well, yeah, my home to my wife, my home is Florida, but I'm back in Pennsylvania. But I am playing at Cricket Club in a nice event, St. Jude event on Monday, and we're playing the Wissahickon course. So really looking forward to that.
So good.
My buddy George over at Manufacturers hooked that up, and our friend Kendra was a part of that, and my wife will play. We're gonna have a ball.
That's awesome.
Monday, so,
Danielle, did you play in Orlando? Did you when you were down there or no?
No, we just went to
Okay.
After a Disney day, I was like, okay, let's not do this right now.
Yeah.
And it was
everybody
also
feeling
like
better now?
98 degrees.
Is everybody feeling better?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Disney, I think, is just a petri dish.
Yes,
so,
it is.
Yeah.
Which
you and
I didn't
texted
realize
about that.
we did.
Dish. Yes.
Yeah. I think I got that from you, Harry, and I probably used that sentence like 40 times after.
Yeah.
I was like, Vienna.
Feel free to run with that one.
Thank you. I did.
The first day there, you got to just lick a handrail and just build up your antibodies.
Immunity, yeah.
And you're good for the rest
she's
of
in
the trip.
gymnastics, so she grabs onto everything and just swings from it. So we're standing in line, even with the fast pass thing, you're still there. She's grabbing everything and there's kids everywhere. And I didn't realize. And then all of a sudden, 102.8 fever. And I'm like, when you have a fever, you're like, oh, we're good. But then somebody that small, you're like, do we go to the hospital? Or what do we do? So.
Well, now we take ourselves to the other side, over the pond, as they say, Har. I love this, but then I'm like, man, I can't believe it's the last major next week.
It's almost over.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But this is a great event. It's become, one of the most, I think people look forward to this at almost as much as a major. The Genesis Scottish Open co-sanctioned event between the PGA Tour and DP World Tour. Obviously, you have live guys playing in it as well. Ron patched things up, with the DP World Tour. So he's there. Obviously, world number 1, world number 2, Scotty and Rory in the field. I mean, it's a stacked field at the Renaissance.
Yeah, it's
there you
not
go.
Renaissance.
Get it right.
It's Renaissance now.
Yeah, Harry quizzed or schooled us on that last year.
You learn a different pronunciation. No Cam Young, no Justin Rose, no Sam Burns, no Henley, no Morikawa. Taking another week off, but it's a great field. The Renaissance Club, right next door to Muirfield, too. I mean, this is like the Gulf Coast, they call it in Scotland. And it's a Tom Doak design. I really like the Tom Doak course down at Stream Song. So I probably would have a lot of fun at this place, too, if you can stay out of the bunkers. Designed in 2008 Par 70, 7,282 yards. There's greens are fescue and poana, and the fairways rough are all fine fescue. And this place, it plays like a total links course, but a little bit different than the seaside links. There's not a lot of seaside going on here. Only maybe 2 holes go around, but they rerouted the place compared to last year. It's been here since I believe 2020. They've played the Scottish Open at this place, and they've just rerouted it for this year. So you're going to have the stadium par 3 is going to be on the back 9 instead of the front 9, and they just flipped the 9s essentially is what they did. There's 3 par 5s, numbers 1, 7, and 12, and then 5 par 3s, 3, 5, 9, 15, and 17. And 3 of those, 3, 9, and 17, are 200-plus yards. The 14th hole is a short par 4, only 347. Then you go to the 15th hole, is a stadium par 3. It's a shorty. The 16th hole is a long par 4, over 500 yards. Then you come back the other way for a long par 3, 17th, was a great hole, 203 yards. And then the 18th, there's like a stone wall, and it's just a really cool finishing hole, par 4, 483 yards. Link style, strategically placed bunkers, a lot of wind. If there's a lot of wind, it's going to be a lot of fun. But it's hosted since 2019, actually. They've been at this place. Wiesberger, Aaron Rye's won here, Minwoo Lee, Xander Schauffele, Rory, Bobby Mack, and of course Gotterup. Mm-hmm. So you hit it hard, far off the tee, and can make putts, you got a big chance.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, as we see the line with our friends at Parx, how about a guy like Alex Fitzpatrick at 5,500?
Yeah,
playing really well.
One.
I took Robert McIntyre in the one and done. I also like him at that 3,300 number. How about give me that Patrick Reed plus 600 for a top 10?
Yeah.
He's a gamer, and I like Xander in a top 5 at plus 400. Seems to always hang around. I'm seeing a lot of love for the other Fitzpatrick, for sure.
I mean, if you looked at these guys making these predictions, you would think he's the number 1 player in the world.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
It's everywhere right now.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. I like Højgaard, Nikolai Højgaard. I'm taking him. He's plus 4,900 to win. That's a sneaky mid-long shot. Taking him in the one and done. He's off a 62 in the final round at the Travelers. He didn't play well the first 3 rounds, made the cut, but then shot 62. That's the last round he's played in competition. He was second here a year ago, and then he's second at Houston, which is a dope course. Same designer. He's second this year. He has a T4 here last year and a T6 2 or 3 years ago here. So I know he loves the golf course, and he's playing really well. I'm going to take him. Victor Hovland I like in the top 20 off that great performance at the Travelers. I also like Kurt Kitayama here in a top 20, and Tyrrell Hatton. And watch out for Eugenio Shakara from the European Tour, Oklahoma State player. Got a couple wins on the Euro Tour, playing really well, hits it a mile. I think that guy could play well here too.
I was looking at our boy Potgieter too for a super long shot.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some crazy value on him. He's 150 right now.
Freaking bombs it. If he can keep it out of the bunkers, I mean, he could be a terror. Jake Knapp too. Is a guy who could play really well here.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, obviously Rory played well. He had a second place last year, but the spread is tighter. Scotty's 550, Rory's 900. Or like anywhere else, it's been like Scotty's been 400 or 300, and Rory's been 900 or 1,000. I mean, you know why. And Rahm, anytime Rahm's in the field, he's going to be at the top of the board. And I just don't know
what to do. I don't trust him.
I trust Hatton more than Rahm.
Me
right
too.
Now in these events.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you got the Open Championship next week. I'm sort of waiting to see what either one of those guys does this week. And then Rosie will be in the event next week. So that's another guy that could win at Birkdale.
I told you what happened when I took Rahm, and I'm like, okay, I was back and forth, finally take Rahm, and then he misses the cut.
I know. It's so disappointing. I missed one cut this year, and it's freaking Koepka in Houston.
Really?
Yeah. They go,
I think mine was Rahm.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, of course, the NEPA is up at the Country Club of Scranton, and I got to give a shout out today because they completed the Jay Sigel Match Play Championship up at the Country Club of Scranton today. And a Country Club of Scranton player won the thing. David Mecca. How about this?
Think knowing those greens might have helped.
Well, possibly, but it took 20 holes. My guy Josh Ryan from the 1912 Club and recently graduated from Liberty University was down 3 after 13 or 14 holes and fought back for a tie to get to extra holes and then lost it on the 20th hole. What a match. Josh has won this event back in 2020 at the Country Club of York when he was in high school. He's now getting ready to go to qualifying for the DP World and the Corn Ferry this fall, but finished second. So David Mecca, congratulations to him. Maybe we'll see him at the NEPA in September.
Yeah, excited for that.
Josh is playing in it. I know that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How's things going with NEPA?
Going really good. Registration is obviously open. Pros are committing. It's always tough to see, what
schedule wise.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we know the schedule, but it's like where they'll get into. And if I think it's an off week for Corn Ferry, but if the tour plays, et cetera. So, and I think it backs up the week before is like the senior championship. I think is at Lehigh. So we might have some senior players in town, et cetera. But yeah, everything's going great. Harmony for Hope is the supporting gala the Friday before. Building that out, just ramping everything up. You know how it is running an event, lots of, work on the back end, but everything's coming together pretty well.
Awesome. And don't forget to Swing It and Ding It open. Registration's open. We've had a ton of people getting in already. Do not wait. There will be people that want to play in this that we don't have the room for. So the sooner you get in, the better. Yep.
Yeah. And subscribe to the YouTube page.
Give us a subscribe. I got to get better at posting all our shorts on there too. That's sometimes I forget, but I put one up today. I got to keep them up there. But but we appreciate the support, and we'll be back next week for the last major of the year, the Open Championship. Harry, great job with John Smoltz, and check out the American Century.
Brown.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun talking to Tim.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. We'll be back next week. Thank you.